It's my real pleasure to be here tonight. I can't thank you guys enough for putting this all together. This is outstanding. Every time I turn a corner and look at something else, it's more and more unbelievable than the thing that we just left. So I wanted to start by thanking you and saying that this has been very impressive. The other thing that I wanted to do before we got started was not all your parents are here, and I wanted to acknowledge Mrs. McCarthy, who is here, and the parents who aren't here, and say that certainly we wouldn't be having this event without them. So, likewise, I wanted to thank the state of California for allowing us I hope the good people of California have the common sense to continue this several weeks from now. There's so many stories. I'm sure that you would prefer that I not tell 90% of them, but there are a few that are priceless. 30 years ago, and it seems like forever when you think about the cell phone and the internet and where things are now, it's hard to believe how much stuff has happened. 30 years ago, Tracy hadn't come out to us. So we had no idea. You know, you're living, your white bread world and everything's happy, and there's no clue what's going on around you. And I remember there was another wedding going on, and Tracy and I were involved in it. And a couple that was getting married came up to me and said, we're not quite sure about what's going on here. Tracy wants to help with the wedding. I said, well, yeah, that's Tracy. Tracy wants to help with the wedding. That's the kind of guy he is. He's going to help out. No, he's helping with the bridesmaids. It's better. Well, so what? What's the big deal? That's just the way he is. No, he's helping with the colors. What is the issue? What's the problem? He wants the bridesmaids' dresses to be rainbow colored. This is when we had an indication that Tracy might be coming out to us at some point. I want to tell you the water cooler story now. And this is the story that I hope come Monday, when you're at the water cooler, you're going to go, oh, you got to hear this one. It's not that bad. Relax. It's okay. It's all good. Most of you don't know Tracy. We go back 30 years, and it's hard to believe for me that over half my life is gone, and now I've known Tracy for over half that time. Before I go any further, I do want to say thank you for being the fantastic friend you've been. I couldn't ask for a better friend than you. Really have been a blessing in my life. So thank you, and anyway, so 30 years ago, there we are. We've just graduated. Tracy's in graduate school in Boston. I've just started my first job. And like all young adults, we're going to have a party. It's a Friday night. So I'm responsible for the Chinese food. Tracy's going to get the liquor. And we're fresh out of college, right? So, for me, if we're going to have good stuff, it's going to be Molson Gold, right? That's living the big life. That's where everybody says, "Oh man, you are so snobby. You're drinking the Canadian or you're drinking the Blue Nun," because we're fresh out of college. Nobody knew, right? But Tracy knew. Tracy always knew what the best stuff was. Tracy knew what the mixed drinks were before anybody did. So I'm getting the Chinese food. Tracy shows up with a bag of liquor, of course, right? And then there's gin in there, and there's Chambord in there, and there's Bailey's in there, and there's stuff that we've never heard of. He decides he's going to start making these drinks, and okay, great. It's a bullseye. It's a shoe shine. It's a stomach pump. Nobody knew. Okay, Chambord and gin, sure, whatever. All right, sounds good. Nobody knew what to do. So the night goes on, the night ends, and the following morning comes, and I start cleaning this stuff up, and I'm like, All right, Chinese food, that goes into disposal. And there's half-drunk glasses of stuff everywhere, right? And you're like, oh my God, what were we thinking? You know, it made sense the night before, right? But now you're looking at this stuff, we must have been crazy. I don't know what possessed us. So clear glasses, half-drunk glasses of brown stuff, and I'm throwing that in the disposal. And this goes on for a few minutes, and then finally Tracy gets up off the couch, and he comes in and he says, what'd you do with my contacts?
No.
So it becomes a Monty Python sketch from there. Your ex-contacts, the dead contacts. And so the poor guy, of course, we're right out of college, and you know, this is the age where contacts are a fortune for people. But I mean, once I apologized, I figured, well, this is it. You know, we're going to have to get some new contacts. We're going to have to do something. So I go and get ready to spend a scintillating morning on Saturday morning TV watching Teletubbies and Barney and everything like that. And I spent a half hour out there doing that and realized that Tracy hasn't come out. And I'm trying to figure out what's going on, but at the same time, it was a tough night, so I'm not working too hard at it. But I finally go into the kitchen, and sure enough, there he is. And he's over the garbage disposal looking for these contacts. He's got one in his eye. He's found one. He's got the one. There's a piece of lo mein hanging down there. The other eye, he can't see out of, so he's got the eye covered. And he's looking down this black garbage disposal, trying to find this clear piece of glass that there's no chance in the world anybody is going to find at the bottom of a disposal full of fermenting lo mein. Right? He's looking at the bottom of this thing, and it's clear, so it's got to blend in with everything, and it's dark, and he can't see. But he's been there half an hour trying to do it. Yeah, most people would have called the plumber, or called their obstetrician, or checked out their homeowner's policy. But not Tracy. Tracy's sitting there for half an hour. Is he sitting there with forceps? Is he sitting there with tweezers? No. He's sitting there with a chopstick. He's not sitting there with two chopsticks. He's sitting there with one chopstick. Does it have tape on it? Does it have glue on it? Does it have gum on it? Nothing. He is sitting there with one chopstick, staring down this hole, trying to get that contact. And all of us sitting here would never in a million years try and do this. He tried to do it, and he did it. Sure enough, 20 minutes later, he comes out with the contact, and he's got the both of them. And that is the story of this man's life. I have never met anyone as determined and perseverant that makes things happen out of sheer grit. And it's just been amazing watching you in action, Tracy. So those are my Tracy stories. Unfortunately, Brett, I don't have any Brett's. Yeah, that's as bad as it got, right? Unfortunately, I don't, or fortunately for you, Brett, I don't have any Brett stories like that. But in the brief time I've known you, it's clear that you're equally as hardworking as Tracy, if not more so. You're very industrious. I've had a great opportunity to spend time with Janet and Eric, and if your friends are a reflection of who you are, then you are truly a remarkable person. And I think of the two of you guys together now, and the skills that you both have, and I think of your lives moving forward. I think of what you've done so far, and everything that has been not only a question of perseverance, but charm and energy, and the way you guys have done things. And I think that moving forward, things are only going to be the same. If you put that same energy into what you've done so far, you're going to truly have a very prosperous life together. So, after all that, and I'm sure my wife wants me to end this now. Give me a sign to move along. Please, raise your glasses and toast to Tracy and Brett's continued and perpetual health, happiness, and prosperity.
Cheers. Cheers.